This video is going over 9.1. Number 1, area of a parallelogram. The formula is that area is equal to base times height. This is our base down here. And for height, we want the line that forms a 90-degree angle with the base. So that's going to be 10. So just 12 times 10, the answer is 120 centimeters squared. You can also think about this red shaded part being moved over here, and then we just have a square. So the formula for area of a square is side squared. So if this is our square, we're going to have 13, 13, 13, and 13, because the square root of 169 gives you 13. So if I add all of these together, you're going to get 52. The perimeter. The formula for area of a trapezoid is a plus b divided by 2 times h, where a and b are the two bases. We can see the height, because of these 90-degree angles, is going to be 20. So we can plug in 9 and 15 here for a and b. So we have 24 divided by 2 times the height, which is 20. So 12 times 20, which is 240. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. We know that the area can be plugged in, 58.5. And we know that the height is 9, so that's 9b divided by 2. And here I can just simplify and solve for b. If I was using a calculator, I might just say 58.5 is equal to 4.5b, divide both sides by 4.5, and I get that b is equal to 13. I could have also just doubled both sides. This would give me 117 is equal to 9b, and if I divide by 9, same answer, b is equal to 13. So the area of a kite is going to be equal to the two diagonals. This would be 1, the other would be this, multiplied by each other, divided by 2. So d1 times d2 divided by 2. That's equal to the area. So I'm going to plug in what I know. 187.5 is equal to 15 times the other one, we'll call it d2, divided by 2. I'll multiply both sides by 2. Then I'll divide by 15. I get that 25 is equal to d2. So area of a parallelogram is base times height. I'm going to plug in what I know. 7.5 is equal to 6 times h. So if I take 7.5 divided by 6, I get 1.25. So this one's tricky because we have a larger triangle and then two separate smaller triangles inside of it. A couple different ways to do it. If I use Pythagorean theorem, this base down here is going to be 17 squared minus 15 squared, and take the square root of that. That gives me 8. If I do the same thing on the other side, I take 25 squared minus 15 squared, and I take the square root of that. That gives me 20. So my base is going to be 20 plus 8, or 28. My height is 15. I divide those by 2. So the final answer there is going to be 210. So area equals a plus b divided by 2 times h. Plug in what I know. 280 is equal to 8 plus 20 divided by 2 times h. I'll simplify and say that 280 is equal to 14h. And if I divide, I get that 20 is equal to h. So area is equal to base times height divided by 2. 50 is equal to, and then we have some ratios. So here's a triangle, and there's its height, and down here is the base. The base is 4 times the height, so let's call this 4x, and let's call this x. So 4x times x divided by 2. That's going to give me 4x squared divided by 2, or just 2x squared. And that's going to be equal to 50. So if I divide both sides by 2, I get that 25 is equal to x squared, or 5 is equal to x. They want to know the height of the triangle, which was just a single x, so the answer is 5. So area of a rectangle is going to be length times width, so x times x minus c. If I distribute, x times x is x squared. X times negative c is a negative xc. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't quite see it. Oh, I did too much. It's just B, this original statement. You didn't have to distribute. So length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. So we'll say that's 3W, and that's W. The perimeter is 48 inches, so let's fill in the other ones. And we have 3, 6, 7, 8W is equal to 48. So therefore W is equal to 6. So what I actually did there is I said that the length is equal to 3W. I like that part. Then what's the formula to find the perimeter? It's twice the length and width put together. So this one is correct, this one is not. H is the answer. So we have a 16 by 18 foot. Let's say this is 18 and this is 16, not to scale. The square tiles are 2 by 2, 2 feet on each side. If they're not cut, how many of them will be needed to cover? So the total area is going to be 18 times 16. Or 288. Notice that's one of the answer choices. The area of each tile is going to be 4. 2 times 2. Let's divide that. 288 divided by 4. And there's our answer. 72. 13. Given this diagram, since this entire length MK is 12, and I know that part of it is 6, the other part is also going to be 6. This 10 centimeters goes over there as well. So now I have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, where this is 10 and this is 6. So I'm looking at c is equal to the square root of 136. So it's going to be 11.7 or so, which means that h is going to be the best answer.